Welcome in to another back issue review. Today we are doing Simply Crochet. Now this is issue 68 and it is from March 2018. So this is the one that we're going to have a look through today. Hokey cokey. So this issue, they began their own crochet along, so we'll be taking a nosy at that as well. Get past all the adverts because we don't need the adverts. Okay, inspiring books. So the first is Design Your Own Crochet Projects, which is just there. And at the time of print, this was $14.99. I did forget to tell you how much this was, the magazine. In 2018, this was a $5.99 magazine. Sorry, I should have said that at the start. Anyway, back to the book. Design Your Own Crochet Projects, $14.99 at the time. With Sarah Delaney's help, you'll soon find yourself designing your own crocheted scarves, mittens, gloves, hats, and socks. The world's your oyster. Next is Crochet Characters Soft and Snuggly Cacti. And at time of print, this was $12.99. Cacti you can't prick your finger on. We're in! Choose your favourite pot shape and colour and then crochet any of the 10 types of cacti or succulents to go on top. Then we have crocheted mandalas. Sounds like one for me. There it goes. And that was $4.99 at time of print. That might be that might have to be one that I look up. Mandalas are such relaxing projects to crochet, and they're great for using up your scraps of yarn. There's 20 designs in there. Now let's say I forget, by the time I get to the end of this, let's say I forget to have a look for this and get it on my wish list. Can somebody down in the comments just say mandala book to me? Or Crocheted Mandalas book. It'd be much appreciated, please. Please. Next is Tilda Sunshine Sewing, which is this one. And this was $12.99 at time of print. Brand new from Tone Finnegar's much loved Tilda brand. This beautiful book is packed with gorgeous sewing and quilting projects to brighten up your home for the spring. So they're the little books that they're raving about at this time. A couple of advertisements. Let's get rid of them. Okay. This is interesting. One of the patterns, some of the patterns coming up, I'm going to show you now. So it's entitled Frill Seekers. Ruffles are back with a twist. Use a luxurious natural yarn blend to get a totally chic result. Honestly, that looks quite like something in the sea took a poop. It's my take on it. It says a crocheted necklace is always going to be a talking point. Looking like that? Yeah. This one is a real statement piece, ain't it just? And it's fabulously tactile. Well, if you like going around sticking your finger in poop, okay. Then we have sometimes keeping warm means making a compromise with style, but it doesn't always have to be that way. This catwalk ready tipped number is perfect for staying styled on cooler days. Just throw it on and you're there. Okay. Then we have Game for a Scarf. Or is it a wrap? Whatever. Big, bold and full of drama. It's difficult to decide what we heart the most about this. That it's huggably warm, its elegantly simple colour scheme, the soft tactility of the yarn, or is it simply that it's just so on trend? Yes. The next one is Indulge your inner princess with this tiara style headband. We'll be wearing ours to the royal wedding this summer. We're sure our invite's in the post. Yep, that sea creature's back and it's pooping on everything. Really ought to watch what it eats, huh? Imagine jumping out of bed on a morning and slipping on these cozy lovelies, grabbing the papers and relaxing with a cup of coffee. Slippers? They're yesterday's news. Next. Go like that, there you go. We love these rufflesome wrist warmers. Whether you're doing the school run, walking the dog, or simply going for an afternoon stroll, your wrists need never shiver again. I will let my wrists shiver. Let them get on with it. Okay, so I've got to be very, very careful now. Okay, we've got the the necklace to start with. Transform your outfit from meh to wow with this clever, quick to make necklace designed by Sarah Scales. Okay. If there's anybody out there that actually likes it, I'm so sorry. This is just my opinion coming in, you know. They have used Rowan hemp tweed, which is 75% wool, 25% hemp, 50 grams, 95 meters, and 2 balls, a 2mm crochet hook, and a 40 centimeter leather cord with lobster claw fastening. So that is for the urchin poop necklace of ruffle. Next, got to be careful. There it is. Wrap yourself up in this feminine, frilly, super chic, asymmetric shawl designed by Ilaria Caliri. Also used the same wool as previously, and they've used 12 balls altogether and a 4.5mm hook to make it. I mean, it's definitely different. I can't say I hate it, but I can't say I overly like it, but maybe in different colours. Maybe. Then we have the headband. Cozy, stylish and simple to hook up in an instant. Win, win, win with Bryony Hitchcock's boho headband. You'll want the necklace to match, mind. Maybe not. Again, it's 2 different colours, 4.5mm hook, a narrow width plastic hairband, and a tapestry needle. So that's that. Can imagine the comments I'm going to get for this now. Next is the socks. How cute are these ruffled socks by Fran Morgan? Oh yeah, this cute. Exactly the same wool again, and a 3.5mm hook have gone to make these. And then, last but not least, the wrist warmers. Wear these soft frilly wrist warmers by Sharon Murphy with a denim jacket for extra style points. 3 balls have been used altogether. 4.5mm hook to make these wrist warmers. Deep frills. Get your hooks into this stunning ruffled sweater with on-trend lime accents by Hannah Cross. So they've said it's a 2 out of 3 for difficulty. It's an Aran weight that they've used and a 4.5mm hook. Yes, it's the same wool. It's the Rowan hemp tweed, which is 75% wool, 25% hemp, 50 grams, 95 meters. But how many? That's interesting because it doesn't exactly tell you. Let me just double check they didn't put it on the other page. Nope. Well, that's interesting. So they don't actually tell you how many balls. Well, that's really helpful. It says see table for yarn quantities and measurements. And yes, there is a size chart on here, but it doesn't tell you how many balls or anything that you need to use. Or does it? Hang on. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, it was confusing. I apologise. Okay, so you're going to need anywhere between 13 and 17 balls. And it goes from size 8 to 10 up to a 20 to 22. It's all about the frill these days. Keep up with catwalk crochet by hooking this beautiful tweed yarn into something that's truly special. It's worth investigating the time and the yarn. Dressed up or down, it'll take you anywhere you want to go. And the sweater is worked side to side. And there's a schematic and diagram, as well as the sizing chart. Adverts. Okay, next. More wristlets. In good hands. Brighten your style with spring-inspired fingerless mitts by Emma Porter. They're saying it's easy peasy, a 1 out of 3 difficulty. They've used a 4-ply weight and a 4mm hook. They've used Lang Mill Colory Baby 100% wool, 50 grams, 190 meters, 1 ball. They've also used Lang Magic Tweed, which is 62% virgin wool, 18% nylon, 10% acrylic, 10% viscose, 50 grams, 200 meters, and 1 ball of that, plus a 4mm hook. A great pattern for beginners. These gorgeous mitts are made up to 18 squares, like a mini granny blanket, so you can hook a square in 1 sitting. The puff stitch flower motifs add an extra warm element to these stylish mitts, ideal for our changeable and cold seasons. I still don't understand them. I know people that wear them and I don't personally get it, but there's a lot that I don't get. So really, honestly, don't listen too much to me because I can talk a lot of rubbish. Okay. So there is an interview with a designer, double page adverts, and then a mini monster. Grrr, get your teeth into the fearsomely cute little Mr. Blue, designed by DIY Fluffies, Mariska Voss Bowman. There he is. Saying he's a bit tricky with a 2 out of 3 difficulty. They've used a 4-ply and a 2.5mm hook. They have used cotton 4-ply yarn, 50-gram balls. 3 balls altogether and very small amounts of black and white. 2.5mm hook and some toy stuffing. And he sits around about 10 centimetres tall. Teeth, nails and horns are the hallmarks of any proper monster, and Mr. Blue has all 3. but in soft cotton they can't do a lot of damage, so no one should be scared of finding this monster under the bed. Now that was actually a feature in one of the books called Amagaroon New Monsters, which was $13.99 at time of print. And it looks like that, if you want to go and have a nosy. It lets you know how to work double crochet in a spiral. And I can show the back of him, I hope. There's the back of him. And adverts. There's a lot of adverts in this one. Okay. Pattern, yes. This is the Seafarer. Dive into Fran Morgan's classic rigged sweater and immerse yourself in deep ocean colours. They're saying it's a 2 out of 3 difficulty. They've used a DK and 2 hooks, a 4 and a 5mm. They've used Signet Superwash Pure Merino DK, which is 100% merino wool, 50 grams and 104 meters. And depending on your size, they're doing sizes 8 to 10 and 20 to 22. You'll either need 13 balls or 16. No, 17. Sorry. Apparently I can't count with an add 1. 17 balls at the most. This casual sweater is oh so comfortable, but it looks pretty chic too. The textured stitch pattern lends it a style all its own, and the tipped contrast edges add a bright colour pop to the classic silhouette. You'll wonder what you ever did without it. So that's that. And I'll just say, these magazines, this is the penultimate back issue. These all came from a happy mail that Dodo Dixon sent me a little while ago, because there's somewhere in here is something that I would really like to make, something that made me go, oh yeah, and that's why it got sent to me. It was either me or the bin. I hope it got the better life. Okay, so this is their cowl, and they're doing it in squares, and the first square is the block stitch. There you go. So they tell you how to make the block stitch as you first square toward this blanket, which I can show you in a minute, and there are how-to videos too. It says this is the very, actually yes, I can show you that little bit. I can show you a sneak peek. This is the very first pattern in our Hook and Learn blanket crochet along, and we'll be running it over the next year. Perfect for beginners and fun for more experienced stitchers. You'll learn how to do 12 attractive stitches. Then we'll show you how to put it all together in the last issue. Choose between the beautiful soft shades of Stonewashed XL or the bright tones of Colour Crafter, or go mad and make both. Block stitch is a perfect stitch for newbies to master. It's simple to learn and looks fab, worked up into 2 zingy colours, whichever yarn you choose. So they've used Scapier's Stonewash XL, which is 70% cotton, 30% acrylic, 50 grams, 75 meters, and 4 balls. A 5.5mm hook has also been used. So the other picture, that should be what it looks like at the end, those 2 colours that I showed you. There is a chart that goes with it as well. That's an interview with the designer again, advert, Flower Power, bring springtime colour into your wardrobe with floral wheel motifs to sew on your clothes, by Louise Smith. There you go. They're saying they're easy peasy. So you're not looking at the jumper, you're looking at the little flowery flowers. DK weight, 3.5mm hook, and they've used yeoman. Oh my god, I really can't talk today. I'm so sorry. Yeoman yarns, Panama, DK, 50% acrylic, 50% cotton, 100 grams, 200 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4 colours, 3.5mm hook, and a dark coloured sweater. Appliqued flowers are everywhere, but, and we might be just a teeny bit biased, we haven't seen any as beautiful as these. Switch up last year's sweater with your unique take on the floral trend, but don't stop there. We're seeing lapels, lapels, lapels and jackets, hems bursting with zingy flowery joy this spring. And there's a close-up. And we've come to the part where this is what I wanted it for. So there are Easter wreaths. We challenged 2 designers to come up with a fab design, each using the same yarn. Which is your favourite? Yes, I'll show you them in a moment. The first is by Shana Moore. Designer Shana blogs and shares her designs on social media. The inspiration behind her wreath pattern came from a beautiful floral egg-shaped gift box with a huge giant ribbon bow tied around the middle, like the giant bow on my wreath. I love using cotton yarn to crochet with and would absolutely use this yarn again. My go-to colours are always yellow and pink, but it was fun to add green and blue, which are out of my comfort zone. The second wreath, don't worry, I'll show you. The second wreath, which is my personal favourite. Heck, you can have yours, let me have mine. The second wreath is by Louise Smith. Louise, who is on social media, is a big fan of all things cutesy. I couldn't resist the idea of hooking little bunny bums with cotton tails for Easter. I didn't want to overpower the wreath with too many mixes of colours, so I kept the eggs to blue and the flowers to a max of 2 colours. I also didn't want to have too many of any one element, so I started with the leaves, and once I'd covered the wreath with those, I tried to place flowers and eggs around sparingly. Are you ready? Are you ready? There you go. So the first wreath, which is this one, the bow. Don't keep big, beautiful bows just for gift wrapping. They also work brilliantly for Easter wreaths. Make this eggy yellow one to celebrate Easter this year. Go big or go home. She has used DY Choice Cotton Fresh DK, which is 100% cotton, 100 grams, 170 meters. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls. 4mm hook, a 24cm white polystyrene wreath, small amount of polyester fibre fill, a glue gun and some pins. And the second wreath, my personal favourite, is the bunny wreath. Deck out your door this Easter with Louise humorous wreath of bunny bottoms, chocolate eggs and flowers. Also use the same yarn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colours, a 2.75mm hook, again a 24cm white polystyrene wreath, fabric glue or a glue gun, small amount of toy stuffing, and a small amount of stranded cotton in black or dark brown. I love the little bunny bums. I love the little bunny bums. See, that's kind of my taste. Silly and quirky. Look, it's a bunny bum. I like it. And it's a more complicated wreath. Okay, next, retro rock. Put your feet up and listen to those tunes in style with Kate Alinari's fabulous footrest. They're saying it's easy peasy. 1 out of 3 difficulty. Super chunky and an 8mm hook were used. They've used Banat Beyond, 85% acrylic, 15% nylon, 120 grams, 73 meters, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 balls altogether. A large-eyed tapestry needle and a single duvet for stuffing. Wow, that's a big ball. They said Kate Alinari's Fun Poof is easy to hook and uses a super chunky and super soft yarn, so you'll have it made lickety-split. It works as an extra seat too. Tone down the colours to match your home, or hey, just redecorate to suit your poof. Why not? Because some of us ain't made of money, that's why not. Next, I thought these were quite cute. I have to say, I can imagine a couple of you going, I want to make one of them. Because they're quick and easy, I'm guessing. Egg heads. Add a splash of fruity colour to breakfast with these delectable egg cozies by Tanya Eberhardt. There you go. They've used DMC Natura Just Cotton, which is 100% cotton, 50 grams, 155 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 colours and a small amount of black to do the embroidery. A 2.75mm hook. Not only will these super cozies brighten up your mornings, they'll also keep your breakfast toasty while you're snuffling chocolate first thing. Oh, is that just us? I think they're adorable. Okay, so another crochet along. Being advertised. One that they've previously done, I think. But the next is a pattern for happy bunnies. Keep that little bundle of joy cozy in Pat Strong's adorable A Baby Blanket in pastel shades. They're saying it's easy peasy, a 1 out of 3 difficulty. They've used DK and a 4mm hook. They've used West Yorkshire Spinners Bo Peep Luxury Baby DK, which is 52% Falkland wool, 48% nylon, 50 grams, 112 meters each ball. And they've used 6, 7, 8, 9 balls altogether to make this little blanket. 9 little bunny bottoms all lined up and waiting to keep the softest of skin warm and cozy in a surprisingly simple pattern you can hook up in a flash. Who could resist it? Not us, that's for sure. And there is a colour graph that goes with it. Next is School's Out. Tidy up your workspace with a nifty slogan pencil case designed by Rosina Northcott. Saying it's easy peasy. They've used a DK and a 3mm hook. They've used Debbie Bliss Cotton DK, which is 100% cotton, 50 grams, 84 meters, and 3 balls. They've also used some lining fabric, a 25cm zip, and some sewing thread. Rosina's cheerful pencil case is ideal for brightening up a busy desk. Whether you keep your pens and pencils or crochet hooks inside, follow her design to the letter or thread. Get it? Your own path and stitch in names or a fave phrase. And there's a chart as well, a diagram chart thingy, block chart, diagram thing. Advertising, show your makes. So there's some makes from their previous issues that their customers have made. And crochet I-cords. Discover how easy it is to crochet these handy cords. In this guide, we'll show you 2 methods for making I-cords, using a crochet hook and using an I-cord making machine. Each method creates the same finished I-cord, but each one has pros and cons. Okay, so I can't exactly show you that because it's all pattern. But yes, they've used an I-cord machine and done it with crochet too. Next, fresh stripes. Use your new I-cord skills to give any bag a new look with this fun stripy strap by Becky Skews. They're saying it's easy peasy. They've used a 4-ply and a 3.5mm hook. They've used Scapier's Katona, 100% cotton, 25 grams, 62.5 meters per ball, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balls altogether. You need sewing needle and thread. A bag without a strap is also required. Designer Becky Skews says, once you've discovered the wonderful world of I-cords, you'll be ready to use them in all kinds of projects. The strong and sturdy construction of I-cords makes them perfect for bag straps like this one. This stripy design is nice and cheerful for spring and works with all sorts of bags. So there's that. Crocheting essentials, all the basic stitches, abbreviations, checking tension, and one last pattern, which is called Top Table. Give everyone their own favourite colour coasters with this rainbow table set by Sarah Huntington. They're saying it's a little bit tricky with a 2 out of 3 difficulty. A DK weight yarn has been used and a 4.5mm hook. They've used Scapier's Twinkle, 75% cotton, 25% polyester, 50 grams and 130 meters. And wow, the amount of colours they've used. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Only 19 colours. And some felt for the backing. This rainbow jewel bright set makes the most of the huge range of sparkly colours in the Twinkle range. It's a great excuse to have a dinner party. Okay. And there's a nice wrap. Yes, it's an advert, but it's a nice wrap on the back. So that is everything in this issue, number 68 of Simply Crochet. What did you think? What did you think? There's some amigurumi, there's a couple of householdy bits, there's a couple of things for tops, there's a couple of things that are handy. Whatever the sea poop is, personal opinion. But yeah, $5.99 at time of print. I'm guessing now it's probably about $7.99 as a guess. But what did you think? Me? Yeah. It's okay. I definitely like the wreaths, but there's nothing else in there really. Maybe the eggheads, but I would never use them, so it'd be silly for me to make them. But I think they're cute. But that is all for this week. Next week, we'll be having the very last one. So for now, I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.